You are standing in a room full of new people. You want to talk to someone, but 100 questions fill your mind. What should I say? What if they don't answer? What if there is a long, awkward silence? This fear of starting a conversation, the fear of running out of things to say, is something we all feel. But what if I told you that small talk is not a special talent you are born with? What if I told you it is a simple skill you can learn with just a few secret formulas and a little bit of practice? Today we are going to learn those formulas. Welcome to our brand new series, English Conversations Masterclass. I'm your host, Scarlett. In this series, we will learn the practical skills for having natural, confident conversations in English. And today, we start with the most important skill of all, the art of small talk. In this episode, we will turn this challenge into a simple, 3-step process. First, we will join a character named Leo at a party as he learns how to start, continue, and end a conversation. Second, we will master 7 essential vocabulary words for social interactions. And finally, for our language focus, we will understand the powerful difference between open-ended and closed-ended questions, the true secret to keeping a conversation going. Are you ready to become a confident communicator? The hardest part of any conversation is the first 30 seconds. It's called breaking the ice. How do you do it? Let's join our friend Leo, who is feeling very nervous at a party, to find out. Part 1. Breaking the Ice, the opener. Our story begins at a party. The music is playing and people are chatting, but our friend Leo is standing alone in a corner looking at his phone. He wants to talk to someone, but he is too shy. He doesn't know how to approach anyone. Now, a common mistake many learners make is thinking they need to ask a deep or a very interesting question to start. They try to think of something perfect to say, but the secret to starting a conversation is much simpler. The easiest way to break the ice is to talk about the one thing you and the other person already share, the situation you are in right now. Let's watch how a confident communicator, Mia, starts a conversation with Leo.
Wow, this is a great party, isn't it? I mean, the music is really good. I wasn't expecting a live band.
Yeah, it is. The band is pretty loud, but good. I don't usually come to parties like this.
Me neither, usually. It's a bit overwhelming sometimes. I'm Mia, by the way. I'm a friend of David, the host.
Leo, nice to meet you. I also know David. We used to be colleagues.
Okay, let's analyze what just happened. Mia used a perfect opener. She made a positive observation about their shared situation, the party. Then she added a tag question, isn't it? Which is a very friendly and easy way to invite someone to agree with you. Leo's answer was still a little short, but he added a small piece of personal information. I don't usually come to parties like this. This is a signal that he is open to talking more. Mia did a great job by agreeing with him, me neither, and then introducing herself. So what are the best ways to start a conversation? There are 3 simple and safe formulas. Number 1. Make a comment about the shared situation. This food looks amazing. Number 2. Give a simple, polite compliment. I really like your shirt. Number 3. Ask a simple question about the situation. Is this your first time at one of David's parties? All of these are safe, friendly, and easy ways to begin. You've started the conversation. Great, but now, what do you say next to avoid that awkward silence? The secret isn't in what you say, but in what you ask. Let's see how Mia saves the conversation with Leo and makes him feel comfortable. Part 2. Keeping the ball rolling. Follow-up questions. Mia has broken the ice. Now she needs to build a real conversation. Instead of asking a yes or no question, she asks a question that requires a longer answer. This is the most important secret of small talk.
So you and David used to be colleagues? That's cool. What kind of work did you do together?
Oh, we both worked at a design company downtown. I was a graphic designer there. We worked on branding for new companies.
A graphic designer? That sounds really interesting. So what was the most creative project you worked on there? I've always been curious about that world.
Well, that's a good question. I think my favorite was a project for a small independent bookstore. We designed their logo, their website, everything. It was a lot of fun because I love books.
Let's stop here. This is the key moment. Mia's first question. What kind of work did you do together? I was an open-ended question. It is a question that cannot be answered with a simple yes or no. It invites the other person to tell a small story. These questions usually start with who, what, where, when, why, and how. When Leo answered, he gave her several keywords: graphic designer, branding, new companies. A good conversationalist listens for these keywords. Mia heard graphic designer, and she used it to ask her next open-ended question. What was the most creative project? This is called a follow-up question. This is the engine of any good conversation. Ask an open-ended question, listen for a keyword in the answer, and then use that keyword to ask your next follow-up question. This shows that you are listening, you are interested, and it takes all the pressure off of you to think of a new topic. Now, you know how to start a conversation and how to keep it going. But every good conversation must also have a good ending. How do you leave politely without just turning and walking away? Let's learn the art of the graceful exit. Part 3. The graceful exit. The closer. Leo and Mia have been chatting for a few more minutes. They have talked about their jobs and their shared love of books. Now, Mia needs to leave to find another friend. She doesn't just stop talking. She uses a simple 3-part formula.
Well, Leo, it was really nice talking to you, especially about the design world. Listen, I'm going to go try and find my friend Sarah before the cake is served, but hopefully I'll see you around later.
Yeah, for sure. It was great to meet you, Mia. Enjoy the rest of the party.
Did you see the formula? It's very simple and polite. Step 1. Make a positive statement about the conversation. It was really nice talking to you. Step 2. State your reason for leaving. This is the excuse. I'm going to go and find my friend. Step 3. End with a well wish or a future statement. I hope you enjoy the rest of the party. Or, hopefully I'll see you around later. This 3-step formula is the perfect, polite way to end any small talk conversation and leave the other person feeling good. Our friend Leo has just survived and even enjoyed his first small talk conversation. Now, are you ready to become a master communicator yourself? Let's analyze the specific tools that Mia used to make the conversation a success. Part 4. Language focus first. Our 7 essential vocabulary words for social interactions. Our first phrase is small talk. Small talk is polite, friendly conversation about unimportant topics. For example, learning how to make small talk is an essential skill for any social event. Our second phrase is to break the ice. To break the ice means to say or do something to make people feel more relaxed when they first meet. For example, he told a funny joke to break the ice. Our third word is to approach. To approach someone means to go near them in order to speak to them. For example, Leo was too shy to approach anyone at the party. Next, we have follow-up question. A follow-up question is a question you ask to get more information about something that has just been said. For example, asking about his most creative project was a great follow-up question. Our fifth phrase is to wrap up. To wrap up a conversation means to finish it. For example, we need to wrap up this meeting in the next 10 minutes. The sixth phrase is common ground. Common ground is a shared interest or opinion that can be a basis for a good conversation. For example, they found common ground in their love of books. And our final phrase is awkward silence. An awkward silence is an uncomfortable pause in a conversation. For example, asking good follow-up questions is the best way to avoid awkward silence. Now for our grammar focus. Open-ended versus closed-ended questions. This is the most important technical skill for good small talk. A closed-ended question is one that can be answered with a simple yes or no. They usually start with an auxiliary verb like do, are, is, have, for example. Do you like the music? The answer is yes. The conversation often stops. An open-ended question is one that requires a longer, more detailed answer. They usually start with a which word: what, where, when, why, who, and how. For example, how do you know the host? This question invites a story. To be a great conversationalist, you must learn to ask more open-ended questions. You've learned the three-part formula for small talk: a strong opener, good follow-up questions, and a graceful exit. Now it's time to practice. How can you build these important conversational muscles? Part 5. Practice tips for the 4 skills for listening. Watch a clip of a talk show interview. Listen to how the host, a professional conversationalist, uses open-ended questions, what, why, how, to get the celebrity guest to tell interesting stories. For speaking, this is your main workout. Go to your AI tutor and start a role play. Your prompt is, let's role play. We are 2 strangers meeting at a friend's birthday party. You start the conversation. Your challenge is to keep the conversation going for 5 minutes by only asking open-ended, follow-up questions. For reading, read the comments section of a popular blog or a YouTube video on a topic you love. Notice how people start conversations with each other and how they ask follow-up questions to show interest and learn more. And for writing, this is a great exercise. In your journal, write a short imaginary dialogue between 2 people meeting for the first time at a bus stop. Practice writing a good opener, at least 3 follow-up questions, and a polite closing line. Part 6. Your next action today. We have learned that small talk is not small at all. It is the beginning of every great friendship, every business deal, and every human connection. It is not a magical talent. It is a skill. And today, you have learned the rules. You now have the tools to walk into any room, approach any person, and start a conversation with confidence. As we conclude, let's quickly summarize our lesson today. We followed Leo's journey and learned the simple 3-step process for small talk. 1. Break the ice by commenting on the shared situation. 2. Keep the conversation going with open-ended follow-up questions. And 3. End the conversation politely with a graceful exit. We also learned 7 essential vocabulary words for this topic. As a review, those words were small talk, to break the ice, to approach, follow-up question, to wrap up, common ground, and awkward silence. Now, I have a final question for you. What is one open-ended question you can ask someone to get to know them better? Share your best question in the comments section below. If you are committed to making this mindset a part of your life, show your energy by smashing that like button. Be a hero for a friend by sharing this video with someone you know who is a little shy. And to lock in your commitment to learning, subscribe and smash that notification bell. You don't miss the next lesson in our Conversations Masterclass. Remember, every great conversation starts with one small, brave hello. Until next time, take care and happy learning.